What's up YouTube, Brandon here with BIOS. Today I'm bringing you a review of the iPhone 6 Plus. Now this video is going to be like a review slash comparison video between the iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus and which one you're going to want to pick up if you haven't already picked one of these awesome devices up. Now right away, you can obviously tell the difference between the iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus is the screen size, where the iPhone 6 is only a 4.7 inch screen and the 5.5 inch on the 6 Plus. Now, the height of the 6 Plus is actually about 6.2 inches, where the height in the iPhone 6 is 5.4 inches. The width is 3 inches on the 6 Plus, and the width on the 6 is 2.64 inches. Now, it's a pretty significant screen size difference between the two devices. Every single time I'm at school and I pull this out, and a lot of people who have the 6, they look at this and they're like, that is huge. What made you want to get that one over the 6? Because the 6 just works for me. Well, you know, there's a couple things that made me get this over the 6, and they all happen to be software, and one of them is hardware, but I'll get to that in a second. The software for the reachability, that's on both devices, so you don't have to worry about that, and so is the Apple Pay. When the Apple Pay comes out, it will be on both devices. The ability to go landscape is really one of the features that I enjoy about my 6 Plus a lot, because I work on my iPad mini all day at school and I use that device in landscape, so being able to do all my phone stuff in landscape as well is a lot easier to me, and I get more functionality out of it. Although I do like the portrait mode and the ability to, you know, utilize the bigger screen and the tallness of it. I also like the bigger screen and the landscape. I can read my emails a lot better and do work in Pages a lot faster, as well as transfer my documents over to my iPad. So that's all a good selling point to me. And another feature that I like is the keyboard. If you notice in the keyboard down here, we have new buttons that utilize the bigger screen. So we have a cut, a paste, a back button. Your dictation is now over here, a bold, and like these buttons right here over on the side are like kind of just a scrolling button where you can scroll between here. I'm waiting for someone to make a third-party keyboard to where you can swipe and highlight. That'd be kind of cool. But I mean, this is just it just utilizes the landscape feature and makes everything a lot easier. And that's one of the big differences to me between the 6 and the 6 Plus. That sold me is the ability to use landscape in more of a different setting. Now, the buttons and the functionality of the iPhone 6 Plus and the 6 are in the same places, where the power button's on the side. You have your volume rockers and mute button. You have the same audio jack down here, lightning cable, and speaker. So the differences are hard to notice on the 6 and the 6 Plus when you just look at the phone, besides the size feature itself. One of the big differences within the camera now is the fact that in the 6 Plus they utilize the camera that doesn't allow the picture to get so fuzzy when you move around. They use the special thing that's in the 6 Plus and they utilize it. But the camera in the 6 is still just as good as the 6 Plus. The 6 Plus just gives you that little bit more crisp of a photo, and that's what people choose the 6 Plus over. One of the biggest selling features for me happens to be the battery. The battery is significantly better, in my opinion, on the 6 Plus. As you can see, I've had my phone out all day, and my battery isn't even that drained. I will go to usage and battery percentage. I'm at 68%, and I have been using my phone all day, sending text messages, Facebook messaging, Snapchats, pretty much anything that would normally drain my iPhone 5 in like 2 hours. This thing has lasted all day, and I have been testing it and using this phone in as rigorously as possible. And on Saturday, I actually did not charge this phone. I left it unplugged all night, and then I went all of Sunday until about maybe 12 at night on Sunday, where my phone finally was at 1%, and so then I charged it. So it went pretty much 2 days on my normal functional use, which is incredible to me. I mapped directions on Saturday. I was using the weather. I updated some apps. I downloaded some apps. I was searching the web. I was doing all this stuff. And so, enough of me talking about what I've been doing with the phone that makes this battery so great. Let's get into some of the specs of the battery. So if you're looking to get the iPhone 6, your talk time is up to 14 hours on 3G, which is very improved from the 5S in my opinion. People say, oh, it's only like 1 or 2 hours. Well, that 1 or 2 hours, that's 120 minutes. So that's quite significant between the last phone. Where the iPhone 6 Plus, you can talk to up to 24 hours on 3G. That is almost, double of what the iPhone 6 is. The standby time is up to 10 days for the iPhone 6, and the standby time is up to 16 days for the iPhone 6 Plus. So right there, in and of itself, if you leave your phone and just use it as a normal functionality, you're gonna be able to use your phone without having to charge it as much. Your video playback is 11 hours on the iPhone 6 and 14 hours on the 6 Plus. So utilizing the bigger screen, you can enjoy video for a longer period of time than you would on the 6. And audio playback, when I am sitting at school, sometimes I listen to music and I use the iTunes radio, so I can listen up to 80 hours of my music on the 6 Plus instead of 50 hours on the 6. So, the differences between the two devices, not only is it size, but the battery as well. So the bigger selling feature to me, the biggest one of all, besides the landscape. The landscape is my biggest software thing for me, for my buy. But the biggest hardware issue for me was the battery. The battery is what sold me the 6 Plus, and I have to say it is living up to its expectations right now. And I can't be any more happy to have this phone in my hands rather than the 6, because the battery is that good. And I'm sure the battery for the 6 is going to be awesome as well. I don't have a 6 obviously because I don't have the funds to get a 6, but I'm sure it's just as good, if not better. So these have been some of the main the main features of the phone. They do get all the apps, the Touch IDs there. The different specs of the camera are the same, besides the little functionality of being able to take finer and crisper photos. You still get an 8 megapixel camera. The iSight camera is the same. You still get the LTE. So everything's pretty much the same besides the battery and the use of the landscape in the software. So if you're willing to get a better battery in your phone and you're willing to spend an extra $100, I am telling you it is worth it, because this battery is awesome and I am happy with it. I am really happy with this. So if you're going from a 5 like I did, this is a extremely awesome update. If you're going from a 5S to this, it's still a big update. And if you're deciding between the 6 and the 6 Plus, I honestly would go with the 6 Plus because I love the better battery. But if you're someone who just can't get over the how big the screen is, maybe the 6 is just for you. The battery is still good and still a lot better than its previous phone. So this has been my review of the iPhone 6 Plus. I have to say this is a great product. A lot of people say don't drop it because it's very fragile. Well, don't drop your phones in general, because all phones are fragile. So just take care of the phone and the phone will do the work for you. And yeah, so guys, this has been my review of the iPhone 6 Plus. I will catch you guys later. Peace.